Welcome back, everyone. It's been a few days here since I've been on the RNG mutant, so let's take a look. Refresh my memory, refresh your memory if you've been watching. I have been drinking warm static every 5 levels or every major quest completion. And that has re-rolled our mutations a couple times. It's re-rolled our skills a few times. So this is currently what we're sitting at. Um, We've got a little bit of Psychic Glimmer, so we're getting invaded periodically. Cryokinesis, Quills. None of these are super important towards what we're doing right now. We did have some better mutations that we've rolled away from. But for the last couple of times we've been re-rolling skills. It's 50-50 chance which thing gets re-rolled. So every time it re-rolls one or the other, and then it gives you extra skill points on top of it or extra mutation points. And so I've just been adding to kind of a pistol build, some defensive stuff here. I've got Tinker 3 I just randomly got from the re-rolling, so that's kind of cool. Keeping my wayfaring going as well. Now, just before I logged off last time, I ended up selling alternative ranged weapons that I had, thinking, oh, I've got handrails now, so I'm all set, right? Well, I forgot that you have to power them, ironically. So I don't really have much in the way of batteries. I've got biodynamic cell and a thermoelectric cell here. And then I've got a cell in each of these, a solar cell and a chem cell. And that's it. I have no other charge related things, and I have no bits to recharge it. I can recharge a chem cell once. So I'm kind of in bad shape charge wise, but I've got the damage. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take one of these off. We're just going to use one, conserve as much charge as possible, and we're going to be looking for batteries basically. But as you can see, I've got some resists here, so we're looking good there. We got 14 AV, so we're pretty defensive. Alan, welcome to the Caves of Qud stream, buddy. He says, open YouTube to the I've been drinking. Oh, right. Drinking warm static, I was saying. Yeah, you always catch me saying funny things. All right, here we go. What we're going to do now, I guess, in this episode then is we're going to travel about the world using wayfaring, getting a few more levels, finding some gear, most importantly, finding chem cells or some other kind of charge so we can actually do damage. Alan says, Draco, would you be interested in a theme song to play at the start of your streams/posts? Yes, actually. I had been using some songs that I got out of my video editor, and YouTube was marking them as copyrighted, even though they were from a copyright-free library. It wasn't YouTube's own library, and so it was striking them. And so I stopped doing it. But if you have a way of getting me one that fits with what we're doing here and isn't copyright struck for whatever reason, then yeah, I'm interested. I would appreciate that. Hook up with me on Discord if possible, I guess is probably the best way to contact me. I'm in all the standard roguelike channels. So anyway, let's get over to the part of the map which is a little safer. I bet this cell isn't going to work. We're going to try it. See if we can get over there. Nope, not enough charge. Okay, so we're just going to fly. We do have wings. We'll just back out this way. We have wayfaring for this area. I'm not dipping into ruins here. We're certainly not strong enough for this. We got to get back to the low-level forest. And we're lost. Oh, did I step into the spores region? I did. Oops. Okay, going to be fine. Regain bearings. We lose our way again. Awkward. Okay, that's all right. We can escape. We're a little low for this. What grenades do I have, by the way? Poison grenade. I don't have any, like, fungicide, do I? Because you can get some cheap XP off of these mushrooms here if you can kill them easily. Alan says, I got you. Shouldn't be made one for his podcast too. Cool. Yeah, Reddit's good too. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and eat something while I'm thinking about it. What was that? Okay. All good. We're just watching out for very scary things like this. So we really don't want to stumble into, yeah, like primordial ooze made from lava would be quite bad. So let's get out of this area. And of course I stepped into spores. We're having a rough start here to the stream. We're going to be okay. We're not going to let the lava weeps one-shot us. We are still in the rainbow woods, so we're not going to attempt to fly away yet. Just running. What do I have on me? I am tarred. So if I step into that, it could be a problem. I could generate oozes. So let's fly. What do we have here? Pool of gel. Okay, gel weeps are not particularly scary. I keep saying weep, I mean ooze. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Okay, let's take a step back. Can I recoil from here? I think I can. Remove cell, because I should have been going north. I got all mixed up. Install cell, solar cell. Can this get me out of here? Not enough charge. Of course not. Let's take thermoelectric cell out. Pop that in here. And I'm transported. Okay. Well, that was foolish and unnecessary. But now we're out. And we're back into a safe part of the map. So we'll just check our vendors since we're over here, see if they have any chem cells. That's kind of what we're looking for overall. If you're just joining, like I was saying earlier, I've left myself with a low number of batteries, and so we do have handrails as the weapon, but I've sold all of my spare weapons away. So we're kind of just looking for batteries, really. Trying to get a little leveled up. In general, just getting ready for Bethesda Susa. So I'm happy to explore ruins in the jungle here at level 18. Let's see what we get. We'll go ahead and drop out a fly. Now I have a force bracelet, but I don't have a battery in it. I could go ahead and put a battery in it. I think that's probably smart. At least solar cell, right? So that gives me like, what, 4 turns probably of force bracelet. Okay, we got a drill bot and we had some kind of thing going on over here. I'm just going to check. I want to see how much charge I'm actually using on this handrail. I've got 8 drams of blood in the biodynamic cell. One shot. Shouldn't have done anything in particular. It still says 8 down here, so we're good. Let's go ahead and eat something. Probably cook from a recipe. I've got a few good ones here. Namely this one, which is whenever you take damage, you have a chance to heal to full, so we'll do that. I do also have this friend here that I beguiled, a legendary monkey who has Confuse as one of his mutations. Okay, I got poison throwers over here and my monkey's engaging over here, so I'm going to go join the monkey. Never mind, he's just killing random stuff. Poison tip spears. There's a carbide axe. Go ahead and get that for the money. Okay, so it's these guys. Snapjaw Howlers. Pretty low level enemies, but they do have carbide weapons, so gotta be careful. Handrail ought to take care of them pretty quickly. You know, or not. Steel buckler. I'll pick it up. That's worth something, right? And then I'm just going to check. My biodynamic cell is auto-collecting? Yes. Okay, so is 8 the max that it can hold? Looks like it. Okay, getting hit with arrows. discovered a way to conceal myself. Oh, I got debuffed. I lost a little bit of ego, which took my mental skills down a bit, so I no longer have Psychic Glimmer. Really, really doesn't matter right now. Just completely irrelevant. Okay, we're hobbled. That's relevant. Feels a little wasteful to use my handrail on these guys. Being watched again. Monkey is handling his own just fine without me. Carbide dagger, that's worth some money. Yeah, if we could find something like, I mean, I'd love to find like a flamethrower would be great. But handrails are more than enough for Bethesda Susa, obviously. But like a spiral borer would let us skip Bethesda Susa, which would be pretty cool. That's my preferred way of getting through Bethesda Susa, of course. What do we have here? Wine? No thanks. Hello, Slumberling. How scary are you? He's confused. I'm just going to switch and shoot him. Cool. 525 experience. Totally worth. Really nothing good here? What's this gun shooting at me? Right. Okay. Now I do have disarm as a skill that works with my pistol, so there is a chance that I disarm these turrets. But more importantly, they have a chance to drop batteries, which is what I'm really looking for. That one that didn't, of course, because it's a lead slug based weapon, essentially. There's some books worth some XP. Hello, engraved net. What's this, some oil? I'll take some oil. Yeah, go ahead and get that. Okay, onward. Still have 8 drams of blood in my gun. So go and find. It's a little awkward because with lasers, you turn them into ashes rather than creating a bunch of blood, so it's not like automatically refueling me as I go. Okay, this is a bit scary now. Because Frog is going to freeze me, and then Puma is going to charge me. So they're both labeled as easy. 14 AV. Do I kill a Frog first? Yep, okay. And then Puma. I can't even hit him. There we go. I guess I'll just use melee. These guys are apparently not scary at all for me. That 14 AV at a place like this in the game, early forest, is pretty easy to deal with. Pretty defensive. I am inspired, so let's go ahead and choose some ingredients here. We'll do... Well, I don't really have a lot of options, actually. I've already done 2 with bear jerky and star apple jam. I'm saving bananas for the recipe that identifies artifacts. So, I don't know, we'll do this. See what happens. That's mediocre. Chance to stop bleeding. Whenever you take damage, there's a chance you don't thirst for the next several hours. I guess. I don't know. None of those were any good. Doesn't really matter. We're not feeling threatened right here. Ooh, electric snail. I do have 10 electric resist. 400 XP. Worth killing. Okay, that's awkward. He's easy and he's not my enemy, but he's going to hurt me with that corrosive gas. And my monkey, who's fine. It's okay. We'll just pass turns till we can get out of here. What are you doing down here? Hindran, Scout, and Pariah. Little encampment? Or is it just you? Hey, there were some books down here. I thought maybe it'd be worth diving. Hello. Why am I on fire? I didn't catch that. Maybe it was a thermal grenade or something? Okay, good enough. Let's move on. Now, do I have a charge in this? Because this gives me more ruins and more interesting encounters in general. Of course, I still haven't found any batteries to speak of. So we'll just keep searching. We're not going to do roast boar encounters, but we will do ruins. Roast boars are just villages for the goat folk. And they can have some loot. They can also put out some damage. They have various grenades and things like that. Not sure if they're really... I've never felt, I guess, that they're really all that worth exploring. There's a gun rack. That's worth some money. It's also quite heavy. So I could make my way up to the 6-day stilt now and see if I can't just buy batteries. What is this? Why is this marked? It is a historic site, which I've been to before, I think. Let me check. Yes. I think this is the one where I got jumped by the dude that spawns plants and nearly got one shot by them. Okay, musket turret, some snapjaws, nothing too scary overall. Just going to kind of charge through here, I guess. Not too scared of the musket when I have 14 AV, I don't think. Yeah, all good. See if there's anything worth looking at while I'm here. Books. More books. Good thing I kept looking. Oh yeah, I also do have the skill, which gives me secrets when I rifle through trash. Trash divining. So that's quite good. Hopefully turning up something like a rust bog would be nice. You know, those kind of locations. Very good for loot. All right, let's see if we have any secrets to turn in. Nope. Now, who would sell me batteries? Nobody here, actually. I need like a general merchant type person for that. Check the Ichor merchant anyway. Always check these guys when you come. See if they have any engraved items, which can give you secrets. Let's see. I don't think I need any types of food, though I don't have any particularly good recipes either. So I could be looking for something to cook. We'll check our schematics drafter, of course. Handy nuke's interesting. I do happen to have Tinker 3, so if I wanted to craft these, now's the time before I RNG roll it away. Quite expensive, though. Let's carry on, see what else we can find. I have a good hat, don't I? Yeah. I've got this crystal coronet, which is quite good. Might as well check the haberdasher. Gunsmith. Now, I do have lead slugs, so I could actually pick up an Ishkar's rifle, which I have sold in the past, which gives me an alternative weapon since I'm really low on batteries. I think this is worth doing. Just in case I run out of chem cells. Oh, I did pick one up somewhere, so that's nice. At the very least, we'll get rid of our gun rack. That is not the most efficient thing to be carrying around, that's for sure. I'll at least put a chem cell in here so that we get better instances, more ruins and things like that. Weird artifact at a gunsmith. It's cheap. It's probably just like a laser pistol or something less than what we have, so I don't think I'm going to roll the dice on that. Certainly could. We have the money for it. Hey, Reshef secret. So that's worth some XP. We'll go turn that in right now. That's why you always check that kind of stuff. Let's see what it's worth. We've traded in quite a few of these, I think. 15,000 experience for picking that up. Huge. Level 19. Yeah, almost level 20 now, just from that. So I'm going to go turn in the books. We're going to hit level 20, and then we're going to go roll the warm static real quick, just for fun. Is that enough? It is. Level 20. Okay. Here we go, rolling warm static again. Let's just check everything before we do. We've got 4 mutation points. We're going to get around 12, I think, if it rolls mutations. So we could spend this. We could buy another mutation, say, or we could sink them into some of these because you keep your levels and you keep the number of mutations you have. It just re-rolls them all. I think I'm going to buy a new mutation, probably. Let's check skills as well. We've got 282 points. I think it gives you about 1,000 points when you drink warm static. It's a little unfortunate that we're probably going to lose all of our tinkering skills. But, okay, let's go ahead and get a mutation. And it only kind of, 50% matters what we pick, right? Because 50% is going to reroll mutations or skills. But temporal fugue is fun. Photosynthetic skin is really good. Just like nearly permanent 15 quickness. I'm already at 121 quickness. So I could get this. This is really good. I like heightened hearing too, actually. These are all good mutations. I think I'm going to get photosynthetic skin because if we keep our mutations, I'm happy with it. And it's something I'll use constantly. Okay, so here we go. We've hit level 20. Drinking warm static, see what we get. Genome fluctuates, so it is mutations. We get precognition, that's huge, sleep gas, clairvoyance, cryokinesis, double muscled, very nice, teleportation, mental mirror, siphon vim, psychometry, and teleport other. And now it's just going to tell us again. 6 mutation points, so not a ton. Not as many as I could have got. Why did this guy... Oh, I lost Beguiling. Look at this. I lost Beguiling, and this guy immediately goes hostile to me. So he's disliked by Putus Templar, hated by birds, hated by the villagers. Okay, so we got to deal with him. Before we do, let's look at this. So Stinger was paralyzing, I kept. I think that's what I had before. Cryokinesis I essentially kept. Mental mirror I had before. Electrical generation. And then these ones are new. So psychometry is whatever. Teleport other and teleportation are kind of nice. Siphon Vim is something I've never actually used before. It's a leech life at melee range, I think. Mental save for them to resist. Clairvoyance is cool. Precog, obviously, like... best mutation in the game, and it's level 7. So we could use this to like sneak through Bethesda and not have to worry about anything, probably. If you wanted to cheese it, you could. So probably we want to buy a new mutation and hopefully get something that's actually offensive, because like none of these are particularly good for offensive reasons. Double muscled is strength, that's nice. Chance to daze, so melee just got better. Sleep gas is cool. Yeah, I'm kind of like, it's kind of like whatever on this. I don't feel like we gained a whole lot. We probably just never die now because of precog, but otherwise. So, okay, that was interesting. This guy's currently confused. I want him dead. I'm afraid if I start fighting here, I could anger everybody. So I'm going to run away. What does teleport other do exactly? Teleports them to a random location within the designated area. Uncertainty radius of 10. Right, okay. I think what happened is my mental mirror triggered and reflected, confusing him. There's the warm static I generated to get that online. We're not going to touch it again. It doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. And we're only using warm static, if you're wondering, for the challenge run. We're not allowed to sell it or do anything else like that. Okay, this guy's tankier than I thought. He's now injured. Let's just do precog, because reasons. Cool, thanks, Alan. I'll check it out in just a little while. He says, I'm pretty amused with it. How did you generate it? Or what did you use to create the music? Cool, so his cult now hates me. Obviously, the Putus Templar hate me, already did. I'm favored by birds, that's nice. Random village likes me. Sweet, and I am bleeding. Cool, okay, can I pick up that blood? How do I refill my, why can I not get this to work? This should be auto filling. Surely. It says auto collect, so why is it not doing that? If anybody knows, tell me. Oh, it's brackish blood. Here's regular blood. There, I'll just collect some. Yeah, I'll collect all this. This is my own blood. Might as well put it to use. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Okay, cool. Cool, Alan says I have the commercial rights to it. Thanks, I appreciate that. Paid for Sanu. I'm not familiar with Sanu. I'll have to look it up later. I know there's a lot of different and good music generating tools at this point. Haven't used them much. I played around a little bit with one of them, which is kind of fun, but obviously you know what you're doing better than I do. Okay, let's keep exploring. Only problem being that I am... Oh, I did pick up some strength from that mutation, so I've got some more weight to play with. Let's go ahead and buy a mutation again. Maybe we can get something good. Wings, here's triple jointed. Yes, please. This is one of my favorite for guns. 2 agility. I've already got wings. I'd have to level this up for it to be meaningful, so triple jointed it is. I've got 2 more, so do we just jam triple jointed? Probably. That said, the first point doesn't give it more agility. I think the second point does. Looks like it, because double muscled will follow the same pattern, so... The only other alternative is electrical generation, hoping that I get jacked mod. But triple jointed helps me right now, so let's do that. Yeah, so every 2 you get more agility. Sweet. Alan says, I'm a C-suite exec. I use AI for everything. I haven't used my own brain in months. You and everybody else, I think, ever since AI came out. I also run a business, and we use a little bit of AI for marketing purposes and things like that, just to help us with advertisements and things of that nature. So I'm right there with you. I use very little of it for YouTube related stuff because I know some people have mixed feelings about it. So when I'm doing creative stuff, I am almost entirely doing it myself still. For better or worse, I could have better thumbnails if I was getting outside help, I think. Some people no doubt have better thumbnails than I do, but it's kind of fun also. Just, I'm new to YouTube. So just, hey, time out. Dried law petals of the sacred folk from the chest in the north. This is a unique chest. This is for a quest. So I've got to find a quest giver that wants these. Cool. So cybernetics there. Yeah, like I was saying, it's pretty fun actually to generate your own thumbnails and just kind of see how they perform and stuff. Obviously not so fun when it goes poorly. Oh, I lost quills. Side note, I lost the mutation for quills. I can get armor. So I actually lost several armor points there too. So I need to be looking for body armor. Alan says he wants to kick his teeth in whenever it makes PDFs for him. Yeah, the writing's really hit and miss. As an iterative process, though, using some of the better AIs to help edit, as long as you yourself have editing training, which I do. If you don't, and you rely too much on the AI, it's terrible. But as a tool that helps you edit and you make it an iterative process where you are in control of it, I highly recommend that for people. But to just have it generate text like a lot of students are doing it in this day and age, I think is a terrible idea because it's really bad. It gets facts wrong a lot of times. So if you yourself are an expert in the field you're writing about and are, a trained editor, then it's an amazing tool. What is this space here? That must be a historic site, I suppose. Yes. No, hashpad, that's not it. It was called like Hashur or something. That's a settlement. Let's pop our head in there. Have I not been here before? How do I know about it? Must have been a secret I picked up from trash divining or something like that. Hopefully, one of these guys want these dry law petals that I picked up. Nope, entropic food cube. Okay, I can do that. The lair of the legendary Ishkar rifler. Great, I'll do that. Let's see about you. Hated by unshelled reptiles. You are an unshelled reptile, sir. What's wrong with you? Disliked by daughters of exile. So I'm not making friends with this guy. I like both of those guilds. Or, not guilds, you know what I mean. Okay, Dromad Merchant. So we need a body armor. And we need chem cells. So he's got chem cells. Woolly ringmail is good. Steel plate is too heavy, probably. Yeah, this is way lighter. Plus it's woolly. So I think we're going to pick that up just for the time being. Nepthali? 150 reputation with Nepthali tribe. This could be good. Just so we don't have to fight the low-level trash of the Nepthali tribe. That seems... Also, they have robots, right? They travel with unique robots. So using this, I might be able to get some robot rep off of them. Let's take that. Seems very good. We'll get rid of these. Bloodstained name shoes. Okay. Those... What are these? Where did I get this? This is from one of the monkey tribes. It's just sandals of the river wives, though. I think we'll trade those away. I don't think they have any value. And then we've got these battle axes and swords and things. Get rid of those. Compound bows. Got that Ishkar rifle in case I ever want to use it. Steel buckler, sure. Bunch of different grenades here, too. Cool. Okay, so woolly body armor. Takes me up to 30 and 20 resists there. I just had to look at something real quick. I'm back. We're up to 14 AV again. Let's see what they have to eat. I always like to check these villages. Sometimes they have interesting meals. Whenever you reflect damage, there's a chance to gain a bunch of heat resist. So if I could reflect damage, that'd be cool. I mean, that's a good buff. What else we have? A warden and a legendary dawn glider. So we'll check both of these. This guy's not interesting. Legendary dawn glider. Not interesting either, unfortunately. Okay, so this guy wanted me to find the entropic cube, which is here at the lair of the legendary Ishkar rifler. So he didn't tell me where that is though. Locate this at this layer. Doesn't say where it is. Do I have it marked? Surely. He's given me the location, right? It's under layers. Legendary Ishkar rifle. Bathes on salt. That's the one. Let's go see what we can do. That'll be a bit of fun. Down here, I think. Yep. Just an Ishkar rifler. Shouldn't be too challenging, right? With all my AV. I can one-hit melee these guys. And I have a laser pistol compared to the Ishkar rifle, so I should be all set. I kind of want to get hit and see how much damage it does to me. Okay, lead slug fails to penetrate the armor, so not particularly scary. I can actually run up and melee them, can't I? Wow. We'll just cruise through this then, huh? Picking up rifles. At the very least, these rifles all represent a number 2 bit, which is great for various grenades, recoiler crafting, all that sort of stuff. Speaking of crafting, let me check out my tinkering real quick because I have some mods. That's not what I wanted to do. Control tab. Yep, let's hit the right button. Control tab. Why can't I switch to mods? Huh, okay. What if I go here? Can I mod this? Yeah, I have the Woolly mod. Takes a 6-bit, which I don't have. What else could I mod? What's happening? Game? What's going on? Huh. I don't know, I'm having some kind of weird effect here where my escape button isn't working. Anyway, this takes a 7-bit. Yeah, my escape button stopped working. Okay, that's lame. I'm gonna have to work on that later. Anyway. No, what happened here? My controls just got all messed up. Numlock. Weird. Time out, team. I'm gonna reset my keyboard. My controls are all wonky. Oh dear. There we go. Well, that was weird. It's like my keyboard just stopped working. Seems to be okay now. I'm gonna have to check that out when we're done here. Anyway, back to it. Let's look at this. Reshef's secret? No, already got it, unfortunately. These guys aren't even worth experience, are they? And I probably have to dive 1 level, so actually we're looking for a downstair here. Gotta love high AV in these early areas of the game. Nothing's even touching me. It's kind of ridiculous. Look at this. Okay, they're getting some hits. And we're overburdened in the middle of a fight. That's a little awkward. What do we got that's heavy? 105 for 7 of them. Okay. Well, I can disassemble them one at a time. So we'll do a couple of those while we're getting shot at, of course. Got to be careful. A little bit, right? Honestly, I think I'm healing faster than they're damaging me, which is hilarious. Still, don't want to die in such a silly way as standing around disassembling things in the middle of a fight. Here's an injector laying here. Might as well pick that up. Okay. Let's go down. We'll find this guy, and we're actually looking for his food cube. Let's go ahead and disassemble all of these. We'll eat. He may be scary. We don't know. He might have some weird mental mutations. So we'll get this. Whenever you take damage, chance to heal full. And I'm just going to open a window. It's getting pretty warm in here. All right, let's see what's in store for us down here. Impaled, that's probably the most dangerous thing that's going to happen to me. Just pushing through. Okay, we got an anvil. It's a food cube that we're looking for, so I'm expecting it to be in an oven, probably. Take that for good measure. Don't need quilted shawl. Okay, I guess we gotta carve our way through here. Carbide arrows. I think those are worth money. Here he is. Give me your food cube, sir. Hated by vines and disliked by some cult. Just has bronze weapons and an Ishkar rifle. Shouldn't be scary, right? He might have mutations, so we're just going to pop precog because that is the technically optimal thing to do here when we don't know what he's going to do. And then we'll shoot him with a laser. Yeah, so he certainly has something interesting, right? I got stunned. What did he do to stun me? I hit him with a long photon, and then I got stunned somehow. Unclear. Does he reflect? Okay, I disarmed both of his melee weapons and vaporized him. Okay, there's the food cube, so he was holding it. Or something. Go ahead and disassemble that. I already got the secret off the engraved weapon there. Masterwork 1. Is that worth money? It could be worth a bit. I might carry it around with me for a while. See if I can sell it. Anyway, back to the village. Get our XP. And some good loot, hopefully. Still seem to be going well on ammo. Blood ammo. I don't know if I'm actually using what I collected. I still have 5 grams here, so unclear. I don't think I've hit recharge or anything. So, seems to be going well. I thought I was going to be lower on ammo than I actually am. All right, I have found your food cube. 1,000 XP. And we get injectors. Grappling gun, nah. Sphinx salt is good. Or we can get a bunch of books. I think we go books, probably. Yeah, Sphinx salt is not so good on mutants. I love it on Truekin because it gives you precog, but I already got precog. And on mutants, it just gives you cooldown, so we're going to go books. That's fine. Okay, back to the overworld. If I could find another biodynamic cell or what? Just more cells in general? Because I don't expect a single handrail to carry me as comfortably through Bethesda Susa as two would, obviously. So I'd like at least one more good battery situation here. I'm pretty happy with my biodynamic cell, but the thermoelectric, I don't have any lava spare. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're just looking for something with some more charge. You know, the other thing I could do, I'm in good with the wardens. So I could hire one of the wardens. It wouldn't be this one, I don't think. Yeah, I have 600 rep with these guys. And I can get more. Let's get more. 650. So I could go up to Ezra and get that warden. And then maybe we just go do Bethesda Susa. I think we could get away with it at level 20. The only thing we have to worry about really would be like the twinning lampreys. Because I only have normality gas grenade 1 to deal with them, essentially. I do know the tinkering recipe. Let's see if I can hit the right button combination here. Control tab, grenades, normality gas. So I can make a few of those. So that's an option. And we certainly have enough cold resist to handle Bethesda. Of course, we also do need enough charge on this to deal with the trolls. So then I guess it comes back to how many A-bits do I have? 10. It takes 3 to recharge a chem cell. Oh, I could go to not Bethesda. Gritgate. They can sell batteries, can't they? Let's do that. Oh, good point, Jason. Thanks for saying so. Keep an eye out for the radio-powered mod, he says. We do have a schematics drafter right over here, so we can look at that. Somewhere. There he is. Well, electromagnetically shielded. I'm going to take that while I see it. But yeah, maybe we'll go down to Great Gate and they'll have something good for me. If nothing else. So, Great Gate. Got a sell for that. Let's see what we got. I don't remember which one of these guys is the schematics drafter. It's this one. High energy thermocask. I can afford this, and I can craft it right now. Because I have Tinker 3 still. From drinking the what's it called? Warm static. So I would just need 7 bits and 6 bits actually, but I think I'd buy this right now and put one on later. Why not, right? Let's see. That's worth a little something. Keep my handrail, obviously. Oh, I did have a fungicide grenade. I was thinking about that earlier. I'll keep these, I guess. I went and did the challenge on Gritgate to get this hologram bracelet. Now I'm never using it. Let's sell it. Okay, now what do we have? We got a bunch of these. I need 200 drams. Better keep Blaze in case I get frozen. Hulk Honey I don't use. Shade is phasing, so it's Skulk that I don't use. I'm not using Sphinx Salts. Need another 130. I'm so poor this game. Acid grenades I'm not using. Fungicide, these are only 12 apiece. Gravity, sure. You can have that. Rubber gum I don't need anymore. Get rid of 1 blaze. What are we at? 610? Yeah, that's close enough pretty much. Want to keep that. I have quite a bit of oil actually. Okay. That's thermocask. Now, can we buy a 7 and 6 bit? And not here. And no interesting data disks. That's okay. Math. Matheo. Maybe you'll have something for me. Carbide gauntlets is an upgrade, I think, over what I have. I mean, kind of. I have fullerite. Those are 3 minus 3, I think, but they're really heavy. Look at this. Oh, that's my rifle I sold earlier. Nothing special. I just named it. There's a 4-bit, not what we're looking for. You know who does have these high bits are the people in Ezra and Yurd Freehold. So I could pop over there. And also there are schematics merchants, so I could find my radio powered or maybe just something for batteries. I do have energy. I could make energy cells. Okay, so if I found a 3 and a 5 bit, I could make another biodynamic, and that would be good. So I need 3, 5, 6, and 7 bits is kind of what we're looking at. Let's see what we can do. We'll check Ezra first. Pretty sure Ezra can carry those. I know your Freehold can. Not here. I could use my recipe to identify all those things. Yeah, I think I will. There's a lot of things to be identified here, so let's do it. I have, not that, cook from recipe, and then it is sun-dried banana, vine wafer sheaf, and then every time you drink water, there's a chance to identify all artifacts on the map, which includes vendors' inventories, of course. So now we just chug water. And I got it on the first try, look at that. Anything good here? I'm just going to look. There's too much stuff in my chat to read all that. So let's see. Anti-gravity boots, 1800. No chance I can afford that. I love these though. Solar cells, chem cells, they are charged. Interesting. I'm not going to buy it now. I'm going to pop over to your Friedhole first, but if I can't find anything good, I'm probably going to pick these up just to have more charge. So let's pop over there. We'll see what we're doing. Not Ezra. Yurd has no thing. If you're just joining, what I'm doing here is I am looking for the last couple of items we need to make Bethesda Susa easy for us. Which basically is we need more charge on our batteries. What just happened there? Did I step into a clamshell and get teleported? I think I did. At least I'm not lost. Yeah, look at that. Okay, let's not get lost here. I think this guy, the frog, pulled me down here and then I stepped into a clamshell or something? Unclear. I definitely teleported though. Anyway, as I was saying, we're just trying to get enough energy, enough charge. Look, there's radio powered. Perfect. Can we afford it? Because we have handrails, 2 of them. In fact, I crafted them, but I don't have enough charge to keep them going. And I also picked up this high energy thermocast, which is my favorite body armor, probably. But we can't craft it quite yet. So I got electromagnetically shielded as well. So we're kind of looking good for this in-game type stuff. Like this is perfect for the Tomb of the Ancients. But we got to get through Bethesda Susa first. So what are we selling? Oil. Oil is what we're selling. Refractive, thermal grenade, don't need any of that. Of course, now we have to have the bits to be able to craft this. So we'll learn that, we'll learn this. What does it take to craft this? 1 4. I have a single 4-bit. But I can do it. So let's do it. And then we will pop on this handrail and install the radio powered cell. And that should start charging pretty quickly, I think. We'll see. It's already very low. How does that work? Is it charges constantly if you're a certain number of tiles down from the surface, right? Is it like 4? Anybody want to double check that for me? How deep it will keep charging? That would be nice to know. Otherwise, I'll check before we start diving. Zetachrome Loon, only 9.5 thousand drams. You got that laying around? And no bits that are useful for us, really. Could buy more chem cells in case we do run out. I'm just going to check. Qud radio power. I'm just looking it up on my other screen here. So it says, as long as you're close enough to the surface or in the same zone as a broadcast power station. What does close enough to the surface mean? I don't actually see it listed anywhere. Huh. Oh, max depth. It's different for different types of cells. So an antimatter cell can go down to 9 max depth, but chem cell is only 2. Solar cell is 3, so that would have been the best one to mod. And now we know. A little late, but that's okay. 3 is not meaningful, right? Because Bethesda Susa, we got to be good till 16, I think, right? At least 15. Yeah, Jason confirms 2 strata deep on the chem cell. That is correct. We do have a solar cell that I could mod already. But like I say, only going down 3, we need to go down 16 in Bethesda. So that ain't it. But I could radio power my force bracelet, which is meaningful. So I think we'll do that. Let's get rid of this oil. Yeah, that's a good trade. Pick up extra chem cells. right? Because we've got this. We've got a solar cell in it. So let's just remove that. I need a 4-bit. Don't have any at the moment. But I've got 2 chem cells here. I've got thermoelectric. I have the radio-powered chem cell, biodynamic chem cell, and a solar cell, which I could look to mod. So that's probably enough for Bethesda, I think. Hey, Brian, welcome to the stream. Let's pop back over to Gritgate. See if I can't find a 4-bit now. Whoops, not that one. Low chem cell, sure. Has that got enough? It does. So if I could just find one 4-bit. I've also got another biodynamic cell, which would be good. Because blood is relatively plentiful. Lava, not so much, so that's kind of what we're looking to replace. Who else? Who am I talking to here? Maffeo? No, Jacobo. Does Maffeo have bits? Might have things with bits in them. No dice. No, Brian, I have not completed Bethesda. I'm just finishing up the preparations for it now. What we're trying to do is make sure we have enough charge in all of our weapons. So I have 2 handrails here. And I've got a biodynamic cell, which is good for the charge. And then I've got a radio-powered chem cell. And I'm just trying to make sure I've got enough to be able to complete Bethesda, because I'm doing it the hard way. No spiral borer and no flamethrower this time. So if anything, I want to put radio power on this probably to fight the first troll. After which I guess we're just relying on having enough chem cells and being able to recharge them. Thermoelectric lasts quite a bit as well, but I think biodynamic is where it's at, probably. And I do have the ability to craft one if I had the bits. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're looking for the bits. Nope, that takes 4 bits, doesn't give them. That's unfortunate. I don't have anything that gives 4 bits, right? These recoilers do 3 bits. I could get rid of this recoiler because I do need a 3-bit. So I've got a 3-bit. This thermoelectric's a 4-bit. I'm just thinking about making another one of these. Oh, it's a 5-bit is what I'm looking for. Brian says, nice, do you have a Kimbo? I do have a Kimbo, so I can shoot both my pistols at once. I also have disarming shot. Alan, this game is such a trip to listen to when you've never played it before. You got to give it a try, man. It's fun. There's a lot of inventory management. I know you're coming from DCSS, so compared to DCSS, there's a lot more inventory management. But the variety and things you can do with this game, given the mutations, given all the skill set and everything, makes it very fun. Quite a bit of variation between runs, too. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't tried this game, you're missing out. You got to jump in. Okay, so long story short, I guess what we're doing is we're going to search long enough to get everybody to cycle their inventories again. I need a 5-bit, or I need to be able to make this solar cell radio powered, and then we'll go do Bethesda. So we're getting very close. But I just want that little bit extra to get it done. Let's go back to the overworld. Hey, there's a chem cell. I could just kill these robots for chem cells, couldn't I? Not all of them drop them, but quite a few of them do, I think. Any more? Yeah, because I disassembled the thing that makes them passive. And so now they all want to attack me. And give me their batteries. Not as many dropping as I'd hoped, but all right. So if we just travel the overworld for a bit, we're going to get those guys to change their inventories out, and maybe we can find a 5-bit. Meanwhile, we need more money to buy anything, literally. I'm pretty poor right now, so these books are going to be money now. Hey, there's a settlement to Bamish. Okay, we might check that out. Do have a quest item that goes somewhere, but I haven't found the quest for the item. Oh, it's all the way over there. Not doing that. Disassemble the musket. Yeah, so we're looking for 5 bits, 6 bits, and 7 bits right now. We've got the... Ooh, Dromad Merchant. We've got all the schematics that we need, really. Certainly for near-term type stuff. We just got to be able to craft them. No bits. Don't know what these things are. Probably not going to use my recipe to identify them either. Snakeskin armlet, that's at least worth money, right? Bubble level, okay. Okay, keep going. Let's see, did everybody restock yet? No. Keep traveling. We're traveling without flying now, so it takes a little bit more time. Could just stand around and wait, of course, but I would prefer to search while I'm waiting. Make a little more money, make a little more XP. Maybe just find what we need, right? If I just found flamethrower, we'd be done. All right. Do you have any work? Somebody does. Are you worth making friends with? Hated by unshelled reptiles. I'd kill you if anything, but I'm not going to. Looking for work. Hey, this is the item I found. Dried law petals of the sacred folk. Yeah, sure, I'll find them for you. Oh, hey, you found them. What do you know? Free XP? Very nice. 2,000 XP. Basically for free. Chem cell, combustion cell. Okay, so this solves the problem because I can just go pick up some oil in the asphalt mines. Yeah, easy game. So those are charged, correct? Yeah, and combustion cell comes with some oil. So I think we're good to go on Bethesda Susa. I think what we'll do is we'll replace this with the combustion cell. And then do I have any oil left? A tiny bit. So we're going to go pick up a little more oil, and then we're going to Bethesda. Go ahead and see if they have anything good to eat. Bunch of heat resist. If I wanted it, I do not need it. I already have 20, I think. Yeah, so we'll just dip our head in here. We've already got the first 2 levels pretty well explored, I think. Look at these. These guys are too low level to even stop my auto-explore. Still kind of awkward to be surrounded, even though it clearly does not matter. Just looking for oil puddles to fill my batteries with. We're going to find some on this floor. Right, and now I remember why I skipped this area. All of a sudden. Look what we have here. If you didn't catch some of the other streams, not only do we have a Mechamus Priest here, which can do this lockdown, walls, encircling skill, we have a legendary Dervish of the Sightless Way, which really just wants to wreck my day. I think we don't want to tangle with that, but I really, really need oil. So, here's the conundrum. Can we sneak around enough to pick up Oh, never mind. They also have stat saps as well, just to make this even more fun. Can I sneak around enough to find oil? I think the answer is going to be no. They're not moving, though. Okay, he's moving. Yeah, he's attacking. And I'm running. Force bracelet, sprint. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate. Oil is off the menu. Now what? I did sell a bunch of oil somewhere. So I could go trade my books for the oil, I guess. Where was that? Ezra? I think. Not Ezra. Yurd Freehold. I think. This guy right here, I'm pretty sure. I bought the high energy thermo cask off of him. Nope, just kidding. Must be over here. So he's got lead acid batteries. They don't have a ton of charge, though. Does he have my oil? No. Ooh, there's a 7-bit. I do need that. Okay, I can afford it. Cool. Now we just need a 5 and a 6-bit. Crystal Aegis. Hello, beautiful. This is my favorite shield. 470 drams. Not quite. Not quite. What shield am I actually using? Just a steel one. So that would double my armor on the shield. I'm not going to. Okay, who has my oil? That is the question here. Let's go back to Ezra. Do you have my oil? Somebody has all my oil. Nope, there's cloning draft. There's a 6-bit. So now I just need a 5-bit. There's a 5-bit and a biodyne. Actually, the biodynamic cell is why I needed the 5-bit, so I could just buy this outright. Okay. Making progress. Can I buy both these things with my books? Yeah, more or less. I need a little bit of water. Take my freeze grenade. Take my stun rod. What else? That'll be good. Sweet. So we got biodynamic. We got 6-bit, which I think means that we can craft up. I didn't learn it yet. I think we can craft up this high energy thermocast, can I? Now, of course, it does require charge, but yeah, we can do this. So it's 4 minus 4, 50-50 on heat and cold resist. And then it has some other effects if we're doing temperature related damage, which I'm currently not, might be in the future. So we're getting 1 AV out of it, and then we're getting a bunch of resist. I think we do it. It's good, even if, actually, I think it's good even if you don't have a charge in it, right? Because I think the resists work even without the charge. Let's check. I just about hit disassemble there. Yeah, so no cell. The cell increases your damage, basically. But the resists come with no cell at all, so we're all good. We have 70 cold resist, we have 60 heat resist, and we are ready for Bethesda Susa now. We're going to pop in, no, we're going to leave the radio-powered cell here, and then we've got a biodynamic, a thermocell, a bunch of chem cells, solar cell. We're going to craft up some normality gas grenades. So we can do a few of these. That should be okay. That's for the twinning lampreys. And then we have a combustion cell, an empty one, here. So what do we want to put in the force bracelet? probably just the biodynamic cell. And then I just need to keep my eyes open. Whenever there's blood, I need to be collecting it. I've got 5 drams here. And then if we can find some oil somewhere, anywhere, I would take it, obviously. But I think we're good. So I think Bethesda Susa is next on the radar. So I am going to take a 30-second break. I hope you all be patient, and I will be right back to do Bethesda Susa. All right, thanks for your patience. Here we go. Where are we? Maybe we should be somewhere else. Actually, let's go ahead and teleport down to Mushroom Village. Pop this cell out. And that'll save us some travel time at the very least. And I'm going to skip ruins for now. We're on a mission. We can find infinite ruins later. Now, I did not get the quest triggered. Do I have the quest for this? Yeah, I do. Okay, apparently there's no quest trigger when you just first show up on the map. Good enough. Here we go. So just double checking. I have wings. I don't have anything else to put on my back slot, which maybe was a bit of an oversight, but we're sitting at 15 AV, which is totally sufficient. More than, obviously. And we've got our 2 handrails. We've got a biodynamic cell in the force bracelet. Feeling good. Super high resists. Here we go. What is this? Why does he look like that? That took more shots than I was expecting it to. Just double checking my skills are all set. Yeah, I have a Kimbo. I could get Deadshot right now. Criticals you score with pistols are more deadly. Ben says, this game is crazy. It is. It's pretty wild. It's part of the fun, though. Kind of got stuck on one build and afraid to try other builds. I always go Carapace, Heightened Hearing, maybe Regen, Multi-Arm, Photosynthesis, pick up Amphibian as well. Yeah, the Amphibian debuff I actually enjoy using for various reasons. I think it's pretty good. But I highly recommend you try Truekin. I actually enjoy Truekin more than I do Mutant, if I'm perfectly honest. I think people know that. If they've been watching this channel, I have a How to Play Truekin series, which you should check out. It will help convince you that playing Truekin is the one true way to play the game, if you will. I'm being hyperbolic, of course, but it is my favorite way to play. Okay, so we're in melee. They do stun. How much damage am I doing? Quite a bit. I'm just going to try to not fight a bunch of them at once. Seems wise, right? There we go. Good luck on your Trukin run, Ben. If you have any questions, let me know. Check those videos out. I basically go over all the things you would need to know if you've never played Trukin before. Where to find cybernetics, why Trukin's special, where the wedges are, kind of some basic builds to go for. I usually go Gunkin, personally. I mean, you can tell this build has gravitated towards guns as well. I just love guns in this game. I think they're probably the best thing to do. There are lots of other good, fun things to do, of course. That's one of the things that I like about this game over something like Dungeon Crawl, which is optimizing every small detail isn't really necessary, nor is it like the best way to play, right? The game, I think the game is more about fun and choose your own adventure type stuff than Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is. Or like Tales of Magi even. Let's go ahead. Can I cook food here? Yes, so let's go ahead and choose a recipe. We'll get this trigger one. Whenever we take damage, there's a chance to heal to full. So that's probably the way. Now this guy, what does he do? I think he can confuse me, maybe. He does psychic attacks. Am I hitting him? Yeah, he's wounded. He's punching me, doing no damage. I'm doing a lot less damage than I was hoping I would, if I'm perfectly honest, with these handrails. But obviously, these are going to be the hardest guys to kill in terms of HP and defenses. Yeah, talk about weird stuff you can do in this game. Here are some teeth that I harvested from one of the enemies that I killed. You can wear these teeth and attack with them. They're a weapon. They have 7 penetration and do 1d6. So talk about crazy fun things you can do in Qud. It's like basically any weird thing can be a weapon and stuff like that. So yeah, I know there's several people watching right now that really haven't played this game very much. So I highly recommend giving it a shot. And if you know how to play like Dungeon Crawl, Stone Soup, or any of the other traditional roguelikes, you're going to handle this game just fine. The basic mechanisms for survival and whatnot are essentially the same. At least there's a lot of crossover and overlap. All right, what do you do, sir? The last one of you I showed up to tried to kill me with trees, and I did not care for that. Not one little bit. Let's pop precog, I think, just in case he does something really silly. And after that, what do we have at super long range? Kind of nothing, right? I've got things like teleport other. I've got mental mirror, so I'm feeling pretty safe against this guy. And this gel is neutral, right? He is. Cool. Okay, let's just shoot him. One shot him. 41 and 42 damage. Big damage numbers. Okay, Soulhander can dismember me. So he's got to die before he gets into melee. Killed a cloneling over here just as a off-target hit. There was a Rime Walk. You saw the ice shoot across the screen up here. Rime Walks are quite scary. They do a lot of melee damage and they freeze you. Now, I don't think I can be frozen. 70 cold resist. At 100, you are immune to cold damage and your temperature cannot be reduced. So I'm guessing at 70, a Rime Walk's going to have a real hard time trying to freeze me. Probably. Ooh, hello. These guys get angry if they get blood on them, so you don't want to be near them. Rime Walk up here fighting a gel. So I guess I'll mind my own business for the time being. Precog about to run out. Nope, we're good. We're happy. Down to 4 drams of blood. So that's about half of what I started with. We're going to hug the wall here. hopefully not get jumped. There he is. I think I don't need Force Bracelet against this guy. He's already injured. Maybe if he gets in melee. Badly wounded. Pretty sure he does like 20 some damage times 2 or something with his claws. So we'll just kill him. I guess I'm just going to dive. I don't really need to pull clear this, do I? One-shot that guy. Just got a good amount of penetration, I guess. Or maybe he had some damage on him before. I don't know. Alright, if you know anything about Bethesda Susa, you know that the fun part is right down those stairs. So you want to be ready. You want to have your force shield up and running. And we probably want precog running. So we're going to just wait some turns, which will also recharge my radio-powered battery. It's still low. This is the hardest fight that we're going into right now. The hardest fight in Bethesda Susa. Easily. At least in the sense that he can one-shot kill us. He can one-shot kill anybody. Refill with blood. This has 7 drams in it, so I just got to keep an eye on it. Really, really can't let it run out. Can I mod this? Yeah, with a 7-bit. That isn't going to happen. Okay, I'm still metabolizing, so I still have my food buff that heals me. So we're going to precog, we're going to pop Force Bracelet, and then we're going to try to kill him just as quickly as possible. I don't think we need anything else. As you can tell, like I'm always just really, really careful with this fight because you mess this up and your run is over. So I guess spoiler alert, like if you don't want spoilers on how this works, I should have said that earlier. Just get max level regen. Yeah, and then you can't even lose your head, right? Ben's got the right idea. Okay, precog. Force Bracelet. Down we go. See, there he is. He's throwing axes at us as soon as we step down. I didn't even get a turn. So if that would have hit us in the head, we would just be done, right? Yeah, it is level 10 regen, Ben. You can regen a decapped head. That is true. So you can regen other limbs, I think, earlier, but to instantly regen any limb, including your head, it has to be level 10. And so if you want decap to not insta-kill you, level 10 it is. Regen is a cool mutation. Like it prevents all kinds of fungal infections and other stuff like that. Regenerates limbs. Very fun. Very cool. So I think I want to get a little closer. 12, 18. He doesn't have much armor. I am really chunking him. He's already injured. Let's just check the charge on this. Still at 7, so we're going to be golden there. Badly wounded and dead. Super easy. Actually disarmed him as well. So we'll go ahead and pick up his weapon and his key and his other weapon because it's worth some money. Oh, I better turn off my bracelet. Just sitting here wasting turns on it. Used 1 dram. So, dude, blood is the way to go on batteries. I haven't played around with them very much actually. But it's obviously very, very good. So I'm just going to play it safe. I do have precog. I might as well use it. I don't expect this guy has a chance in hell to kill us. But, hello. What is going on here? We've got a vortex spawned by who exactly? I'm not even sure. If he goes in that vortex, his key is going with him. But I guess that means I just use my pickaxe to get through the wall. I guess there's a unique voider here, probably. Casting not polar vortex, what's this called? Space-time vortex. So I don't want to mess with this, actually. Yeah, he's gone. He got sucked in there. Okay, well, this is going differently than expected. I'm just going to try to avoid these guys. Mission failed successfully. They're charging right for me. So what these guys do when they hit you is they teleport you somewhere else within this 9-tile region, anywhere within the parsang, somewhere they have a home where they live, and they teleport you to it. And then you're locked inside of walls with the voiders who then try to kill you. We don't want that. I'm expecting there's a legendary one here somewhere. So do we just try to kill them? He's injured. Not going smoothly, though. I guess I can just force bracelet, but let's teleport to other. Wait, what? 6. Teleport other selected direction. I guess it has to be melee, huh? Well, I don't want him in melee. We'll freeze him. Now we'll teleport to other. Sweet, he's over there. So I have two options here. I can kill these guys. I can sprint this direction. I'm not going to have enough time to use my pickaxe, so I would have to use my phasing injector. And I only have one of those. Now I'm thinking I'm almost certainly going to use it on the next floor because there's an invisible enemy there who I'm going to have a real hard time killing. So if I can, I want to save this, which means killing these guys. Okay. That's the game plan then, I guess. It wasn't really what I wanted to do, obviously. Well, okay. I got teleported. Apparently they can do that at range. I didn't realize. But at least, look, we're in the wall right inside where we just were. So, not all bad. Okay, we leveled up off that. Guess we'll save this, probably. I could get one more strength here with double muscled. So maybe just do that. Strength is good, gives us more carry weight. Attribute point. More agility, probably. Makes us better with guns. We could go int or ego. I'm happy with the int where it's at. Let's go agility. No, wait, timeout. Deadshot makes our crits better. And then we would potentially be looking at heavy weapons later, which requires 23 strength, and we've already got this. So we're good on that, actually. So let's go agility. I don't think there's any skills that we actually want right now, is there? Could get spry, but we're at 0 DV, so we'd have 2. That's not great. Jump is okay. I don't know. Rivers and lakes, like we don't need anything right now. Long story short. We'll go ahead and put the pick in my hand and dig back into the area we're just in, I guess. All right, let's try again. I still haven't seen that legendary voider. I'm sure there is one. I don't have anything else I should be using here, do I? I could use clairvoyance to try to find it. I could be sprinting, of course. I've got Siphon Vim, too. I don't know if that's ever going to be useful for me, realistically. Okay. Got him. Let's use clairvoyance, because I keep telling you there's a legendary, and I expect that there is. Somewhere. I just don't know where. Usually packs of spiders like this carry a legendary with them. And usually you do not find legendary voiders until the end game, in my experience. So I just kind of got unlucky with that, I guess. They're not too bad to kill. They have high evasion, though. So far, so good. We'll just pick through and down we go. Easy peasy. Sorry, just making sure the wife hasn't messaged me. Still got time. We're good. Okay, now the next guy is going to be invisible. We still have plenty of charge. This isn't doing so well. And we're 3 stratas deep, so the radio power is no longer recharging it. Let's throw in the thermoelectric cell. And down we go. Now, we're just going to sprint to the other side and either phase or chop through the wall, basically. Meanwhile, we're going to be watching out for movement in the water. Oh, I just got the no cooldown buff on sprint, which is sweet. Okay, he's over here. You can tell because you see an abnormal puddle where he would have been standing in here and he dragged it out this direction. So I have a few more tiles I can tab over. Now we got to worry that he's coming towards us. So I'm going to pop my force bracelet. And sprint is off, so we're going to pop it again. I got no cooldown again. That's nice. That's on the triple jointed buff, I think. Or mutation, rather. He's definitely over here somewhere. Chopping through and diving. Just make sure he doesn't come down with us, hopefully. Let's look at my force bracelet. It's down to 4 drams, so we really need to pick up some more blood optimally. Surely he didn't come down, right? Ouch. Not really, though. We're basically immune to fire. So what did that? Was that a mine? Cloning dude. Kill cloning dude. Is this guy angry at me? What's happening here? He's fighting something, and I have no idea what it is. Oh, this. Trivial, friendly. I don't know what's happening here. We're going to go through the wall instead. Now, I could take my time and kill all of these little things here. They're worth good experience. They're easy to kill. I think I'm not going to do that. I think there are more fun ways to level up. What we do have here is a unique invader. That's who he was obviously fighting. This guy has the flame ability. He probably has... I don't know what else he has. Actually, we haven't seen it yet. So, I'm going to sprint. And we're going to try... Look at that. You identify small tube as an empty injector. He tried to hit me with confuse. I reflected the attack. He becomes confused. Beautiful. Now we just vaporize him. Easy. Now, with that injector guy, did he have oil? Brackish oil, okay. What is this? Salty oil, so I can't pick it up. Follow me, please. Sometimes those guys are hard to hit at angles around corners like that. So I just reposition. Yeah, so I just accidentally shot one of those things there, and it's worth 200 XP. So if you want to level up easily, they don't put up much of a fight. You can just shoot them. We're not going to do that today. We're just diving Bethesda Susa. We're already level 21. I don't need more levels. Like, I'm happy to beat the game at this level. Realistically, the only thing we would want is like more batteries, more defenses, but like we have the damage for it. At this point, we're kind of cruising. So I'm not going to farm. I'm not going to do anything boring like that. We're just going to dive the depths. Finish the quest. We get invaded again. Unfortunately, we got invaded and pincered between all of these guys. So hopefully this one isn't too scary. Precog is offline. I probably should have got it back online. That was an oversight. These guys are not too scary though, I don't think, right? I know they do normality gas, which means they can bug out my force bracelet. Otherwise, they just do melee damage though. So what's the play? Probably move down towards this guy and get him dead as soon as possible. Run away from these ones, I guess. Do I have any cool grenades? I've got poison grenade, which they're immune to. I've got EMP, which would work on them. Okay, let's see how it goes. We're going to try to take this guy out first. Down here. Cool, we one-shot him. Now we're just looking for a downstairs, basically. Could actually switch into my carbine and just spray bullets at them. That's also viable. Because they have, like, no armor relative to a carbine. Let's do that and save my charge. Where is my carbine? Did I sell it? Again? Tell me I didn't do that. Chat, did I sell my carbine? Again? Oh, God. So many oversights this game. I've done that twice now. I'm like, I want a backup weapon. I better keep this on me. And then I sell it at the next vendor. Jeez. Okay, well, tell you what. We'll switch out this melee weapon for the folded carbide axe, which we have no skill with, but we have a lot of muscle. And now I'm realizing that's two-handed, so we're going to switch back. They're closing in on us. Let's put a flaming carbide hammer. This is single-handed, and now we'll just melee. So they do electrical damage. I have 10 electrical resistance. Oof. Not exactly what I wanted to seek down here. EMP, and then throw EMP into their midst. Of course, that EMP'd me. Okay, change of plan. We're going back up. We're just going to wait a few turns up here. And we're going to find something better to do in terms of damaging them. Can I tinker up any grenades? Nah. I can tinker a musket. Awful. I didn't even take the time to learn Ishikar rifle so that I could craft one. Super awkward. All right, well, let's melee this guy. Yeah, so I can melee them fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm not too scared of them, actually. Ooh, what was that? Gyre White of Bethesda used stunning force. Where are you at? Nowhere to be found now. Okay. Guess we'll just go try again. I've got 1 dram of lava here. We are, like, actually running a bit dangerously low now. I think 4 drams of blood. I think I'm going to take one of these off. Because I don't need 2. That's like overkill. Oh boy. Now we got Soulhander, Cloner. Okay, got that dead. Got a battery over here, which is nice. At least these guys don't all charge me at once, right? Like, if they started charging me, we'd be in a lot more trouble. I mean, they kind of are. We'll just teleport this guy away. Okay, grab the battery. It's a high-capacity chem cell. See if I can talk straight. Down to 2 drams here, but that's good. So we do need to be very wary of running out of ammo, I think. So what does my melee feel like? Pretty good. Yeah, real good. Let's get this cloneling dead. That's the main priority right now. Got him. Yeah, because I think I have multi-weapon fighting also, just as a random roll from the for new people, what this build is, I'm drinking warm static every 5 levels or every major milestone in the quest. And so at the end of Bethesda Susa, we'll be drinking this. We drank it at level 20. And so I think I have multi-weapon fighting from that. Yeah, a little bit of it. Do I have any axe skills? Axe proficiency, so it's not all bad. I could get cleave. Wait, timeout. I'm using a hammer, aren't I? Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to what weapons I'm using. I'm strong enough that I just beat things over the head and it just works. We're actually in cudgel right now. So I have backswing, demolish, and cudgel proficiency. Huge. Okay, so I'm actually good with hammers, by chance. What does demolish even do? I don't think I've used this. Slam has no... For 5 rounds, your chance to daze is 100%. Slam has no cooldown. Okay. We're a melee dude for a little bit then. Unless I need to not be a melee dude. Cool. This is a giant one. So let's go demolish. You prepare yourself for demolition. Excellent. So then I want to do what exactly? Slam, I think it's called. Do I have that? Or is that a thing that happens? Oh, it's a skill I don't have. Okay, so I guess I just attack. So he's stunned. Hey, that works pretty well. Cool. I'm a melee guy, apparently. I didn't even realize. Go get him, melee guy. And that's what's fun about this particular build. All of a sudden, you're a different thing than what you thought you were. I thought I was a gunman all along, but no. I was a melee build. Just looking for blood if I can find it. But all this blood is like contaminated. I mean, obviously hammer doesn't work as well against Craig's Mensch, but it works fine, realistically. There's the upstairs. We're looking for a downstairs. We are on Bethesda Susa, can't talk, sorry. Bethesda Susa 11, and we got to get down to 16, basically. Die you. We're taking a little bit of damage, so don't want to go full ham on these guys. Got to have a little bit of hubris resistance. All the same. I am tanky, but not immortal. There's our downstairs. Wow. Well, I've got him stunned. I guess I'll just shoot him, huh? Obviously, shooting him works better. Picked up a chain gun. That's a 4-bit. Didn't I need a 4-bit for something? We'll look later. It's nothing that I absolutely need right now. Okay, level 12. Do have to keep our eyes open for the floor where the alchemist is. Because he can carry neutron flux, which if it explodes, can definitely kill us. So gotta keep our eyes open. I don't remember what floor that is. If anybody knows offhand, let me know. I don't care enough to look it up myself, but I know it's coming. I want to say it's 13, maybe. It's either this floor or the next floor. Ooh, confusion? Through the wall? Why? That's why. You know what other skill I should have online is knockback. Where is it? Kickback, rather. So kickback is when you shoot somebody in melee range, it has a pretty good chance of knocking them back, which is amazing. Look at that, just like that. Amazing for a build like mine that mostly uses guns. And the more guns you wield, the more bullets you fire, the more likely you are to knock things back. So, oops, got stunned. Yeah, highly recommend getting kickback on all ranged builds. Now, here's the enemy that we have been waiting for. The twinning lamprey. Name of the game is to kill them both at once, same turn. But if you hit them with normality gas, it turns off their little perk that allows them to respawn. And then you can take your time killing them effectively. So all we need is to have both of them on the screen at once, which they are. And then we're going to throw this and try to hit both of them. Not sure I got either one of them. Astrally burdened and not astrally burdened, so that's awkward. Alan says, most folks just know this game through Seth, but I enjoy all of Draconius's how-tos. Thanks, Alan, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Seth's videos go mega viral, right? And I've seen them too. And I'm pro anything that brings people to the game. But I guess what I'm doing is I'm trying to run challenge builds or something interesting, I guess, that most people wouldn't be doing. And it just opens up the game a little bit more to people, hopefully. So they know more things they can do, or, you know, more things they could consider or whatever to keep the game fresh. And for me too, right? To keep the game fresh, because for a long time I got locked into the mindset of just running Truekins all the time, doing wayfaring all the time, and it makes the game really easy after a while. And so you need to add some kind of challenge. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest, this challenge build is considerably easier than I expected it might be, because the warm static, every time it re-rolls, it gives you mutations, mutation points if it re-rolls mutations, and it gives you skill points if it re-rolls your skill points. So it's honestly mostly upside. Like, yeah, it changes your build periodically, and that's very fun. Like, this has been a very fun build, but a challenge, not so much. So it was absolutely worth doing, though, and I hope people are enjoying it. I have been enjoying it. Long story short, we need to hit this twinning lamprey with normality gas and then kill them both. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Why? Astrally burdened, not astrally burdened, so I need to throw another one on this guy. So we just need to be standing in the gas, I guess. There's one. God, they both respawned. What am I doing wrong here? They're both astrally burdened. Well, this is awkward because I'm losing more health than I would want to. I'm going to teleport other. No, first I'm going to precog. And then I'm going to go teleport other on a crab. Oh, 76% chance of success. Yeah, go ahead. So my health is low. Let's go ahead and pop a salve injector. I have plenty. Astrally burdened. So he died and he died. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work the first couple of times there. As far as I could tell, they were in the normality gas, but I guess there are pockets where it doesn't exist, like the gas is not present. What I could have done, if I really wanted to lock that in, is use a gravity grenade, which I know how to craft but don't have on me. So I could have done that. All right, looking for downstairs after we heal up. Oh, might want to get our precog back online as well, just for safety reasons. Normie gas, run, says Ben. Yeah, that's right. I think if you breathe in too much normie gas, you're not allowed to play this game. What do you think? Sometimes these rock throwers can do quite a bit of damage, but I don't think I've actually taken any damage from the rocks that they throw yet. Which is the nice thing about so much armor. There's level 22, got a mutation point. There's our downstair. All right, now, I am afraid of exactly one thing here, which, like I said, is the alchemist, who is friendly, of course, but if he gets into a bad situation and is going to die due to enemies, he will often self-detonate, which kills me too, probably. So I just want to have precog running. Brackish oil, salty oil, no dice. Salty oil. Yeah, so I'm going to get precog up and make sure I have that online in case we see him. Cybernetics ward. So 13. We must have skipped him. I must have. Yeah, he must be on floor 11 or 12. I'm just going to look it up real quick. Qud Alchemist. I must have skipped him already. He's a good source of expensive liquids, you might say. He has one of just about every type. But he doesn't have anything we actually need right now, so skipping him is fine. Does it say where he is? Third level of the abandoned ward, I think it said. So that's level 12. So we must have passed him. Oh, third level of the ruined ward, which is level 9 or 10, looks like. Okay, so, oh, that's right. You can't take the elevator. If you take the elevator, you bypass him. I knew that, now that I've said it. Go ahead and cook up our recipe to heal us when we take damage. Accessing deep storage memories. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's been a long time since I first, like the first time I learned some of these things in this game, right? Years. I've been playing this since well before it went 1.0. I don't even know what patch I started in. Ooh, here's a scary guy. So like some of these things I knew really well way back in the day. You know, somewhat tangentially relevant. I'm about to play Tales of Maj'Al probably after this run. So if anybody wants to see some of that game, I'll be playing that next. And it's been a real long time since I played that. And I was actually decent at it back in the day. But do I remember anything? I had to look up key bindings and stuff. I'm like, what does what? How do I auto search? Like, I can't remember even basic stuff. It's been so long. Which is kind of hilarious how that works. But then it's muscle memory, right? It's like riding a bicycle. All these traditional roguelikes have similar mechanics, similar strategies and tactics, generally speaking. So once you get good at one, you can pretty much handle the rest. And to be fair, traditional roguelikes are basically all I play nowadays. Once in a while I branch out slightly, but I mean, I used to play all kinds of games, especially the roguelites. I used to play a lot of those. You may have noticed that I played Megabonk recently. But that is like the only other roguelite that I've played in recent memory. Mostly I stick to these kind of games. And mostly because they're harder, right? Like, harder, and as I get older, not that I'm that old, but as I get older, my real-time reflexes do noticeably diminish. And my desire to play real-time stuff diminishes too, right? Like at any moment, the kids could run in and say, Dad, 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 we need you, or whatever, right? And then I have to pause the game and stop. And it's much easier to do that in traditional roguelikes. So that's part of the reason too, to be fair. All right, Cryobarrio, level 14. So, looks like these are open, which is a little bit scary because these are supposed to be closed with really scary stuff inside of them. So there could be dangerous stuff here. Now, I guess the play, until we know, is precog, and then run to either one side or the other. Actually, I'll clairvoyance. So precog, and then I will clairvoyance over here-ish and look for the stairwell, basically. Okay, so it's this way. Is it always this way? It might actually always be this way now. I'm not sure. Where is everybody? This is almost creepy. Okay, there's the phase spider. It is phased, so it cannot affect me, but I'm going to need to phase through the wall or just pick through it, I think. Let's not deal with the phase and phase spider and all the nonsense. Where's my pickaxe? There it is. We'll just pick through the wall. Okay, now down here, we're actually going to... Well, I was going to pass turns, but the spider won't leave me alone. I was going to precog. There's a rocket launcher guy down here. Yeah, screw it. We don't need a precog. There he is. This is the floor. This is the cryoburial floor with locked chambers with scary stuff in it. So as long as this guy doesn't open them up with his rocket launcher, we should be fine. He's the only enemy on the floor. Can I clairvoyance? In 9 turns I can. So we're just going to stick up to the top here. I brought the spider down with me. Get. We'll leave the other. Of course, I am overburdened. Let's disassemble chain gun, get a 4-bit. Should be good. So he's over there fighting a crab. Should be okay to just run this way. There's Sad Armus. Sod Armus, perhaps? Teleport other. Sprint. And down the elevator. Mission accomplished. And as you'll notice, they're friendly. I made sure to get my reputation up to 250 before I came down here. That was in a previous episode. So if you're wondering, did I remember? Yes, I did. I did this early on. Made sure I wouldn't forget. We don't like to come down here and fight if we don't have to. I have before. It's not that hard of a fight if you're well set up for it. But no reason to fight if you don't have to. So we're going to just throw these on the ground, I think, and put on the carbides instead. They're not actually that much lighter, are they? It's only 25. Well, we can drop this. Drop those. Whoops. Okay, that should be good. Just pick up all the loot here. Sure. Poison gas grenade, I'll take that. We'll finish our quest since we're right here. Turn that in at the Beetle. 4,000 XP. Now somewhere there should be a unique enemy, a unique ally here. Is this him? This isn't him. Oh, he looks different. Usually he's purple. Okay, he's hated by vines, loved by mechanists. So we'll make friends with him. Up to 375 rep. And basically, later on, we'll learn proselytize from his buddy up top. If we learn it now, it's negative 300 rep. That takes us down to 175. And all of a sudden, we will not be allowed in this area and everybody will start to kill us. So we're not going to do that. Just going to finish getting the loot in this area. Here's the single enemy in this zone. He's usually hiding up here, but not always. Otherwise, all clear. Yeah, so pretty easy trip down Bethesda Susa overall. Just had that one hiccup with the twinning lampreys, I guess. The handrails make that pretty easy though, right? Like you would expect. If most people are doing this with carbines, and I've got 2 handrails, it should be easy, right? You just have to make sure you have enough charge. You got to make sure you have your force bracelet for that first troll who can decapitate you. And then I just had a ton of resistances. So the minimum cold resistance to come down here is either 15 or 20. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head, but we have 70, so easy peasy. You notice that my equipment got frozen. Well, it's not now, but it was. It's so cold in here. But if you have a bit of cold resist and you have at least 9 penetration on your weapon, you can do this area. I just like to be overcautious about everything because I play like a streaker. I never like to die no matter what. So that's kind of what I do. But yeah, there's Bethesda Susa for you. So in the next episode, we are basically ready to go on to the next quests. You know what? Since you've stayed here with me, let's go ahead. We finished this quest. We're going to go ahead and drink the worm static right now. We'll see what happens. We just completed this important quest, so we will drink. My mind fluctuates in and out of coherence, which means my skills are shuffled. So I'm not going to read all this, but as you can tell, we lost all the skills we did have, and we got a new set of skills. I don't see Tinker 3 anywhere in there, but I do see Tinker 2, so that's good. Tinker 1, awesome. And now it's going to tell us again everything we got. But it also gave us about 1,000 skill points. So we still have shields. We have some short blade stuff, whatever. Let's get kickback again. We have the tinkering skills, 1 and 2, plus all of this stuff, so that's good. Always need wayfaring. Wayfaring and Mind's Compass. And then the places you go, you ought to have the wayfaring for that. So we'll pick those up again. Meditate and Fasting Way is good. What was under Persuasion? Did I look at that? I've got these 2, that's good. Still have Cudgel. We want Harvestry and Butchery and Carbide Chef. We've got all the heavy weapon stuff. Inspiring Presence. Let's get Snake Oiler as well. So this is for the purpose of bartering. Your ego is treated as though it's 4 points higher. So this gives you better prices, essentially. Inspiring Presence emboldens your companions. Not that we're using any. Let's see. What else do we want to make sure we have? Pistols. Steady Hand. Akimbo will pick up. Weak Spotter. Sling and Run. And Deadshot. So we've got all of the pistol skills now. Fastest gun in the rust. Reduce the action cost of firing pistols. This is a triggered ability, or not a triggered ability, an activated ability. For 20 rounds, it takes half a round to fire instead of a full round. And then more crits, disarming, so we're very strong on pistols. Jump, tumble, not tumble. Got some axe stuff. So we have like all the melee skills. We have all the pistol and gun skills. Our character is just very strong skill-wise. Like we have more skills than a Truekin would at this point. And it's all because of reshuffling with Worm Static, which again, I thought was going to be a challenge, but actually is a buff, right? In the end. At the beginning of the game, it was hard because I had like a good setup and then it would re-roll it away. And then all of a sudden I had junk and I had to work back towards a setup that worked and then I'd re-roll it away. So if you haven't been following this series, I suggest you go back to video 1 and 2 and see where it was a little harder. Because at this point, we're kind of steamrolling, right? Like I have basically all the skills and I've got this many mutations. 31 Psychic Glimmer though. Like I got to watch out for like, getting jumped. But if we ever re-roll this again, we're just going to have so many mutations. It's kind of sick. Very fun. Highly recommend trying this. It's very fun. Just checking here. I'm down to 13 AV. I'm not exactly sure why. I thought I should be at 15, but I think that's for next episode. We'll be looking into boosting that a little bit more. We'll be on to the next set of quests, which is going to take us back to the middle of the map. We're going to be getting ready for Tomb of the Eaters. Obviously, there's a number of quests in between there and Tomb of the Eaters, so there'll be an episode before Tomb of the Eaters happens. But there's going to be a lot of drinking of the warm static in the next episode. At least 3 major quests, I think, and we'll probably hit level 25 as well. So we'll reshuffle things a bunch more next time. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the interaction this time around. I hope you'll join me in the next one. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you hear when I go live. Of course, I always post it in Discord too, so you do you. But if you sub, it helps me. Makes me happy to see the numbers go up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.